Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the Valheim MiniBuild series. Happy to be back again and working on our little tree base today. So in the last episode, which was quite a while ago, apologies for the slow uploads, we've been checking out the new game Enshrouded, doing some streams and whatnot. But we're back today, and I've done a couple little upgrades to our first little treehouse here. I've made a little bit of a storage, cozy hangout nook over here. And then I've added the workbench and forge so that we could have those under a roof. And I'm turning this little treehouse into sort of the crafting living space. And then I've also started making a little corewood bridge to come up to a second tree pod, which will become the kitchen. And this is what we'll be doing today. I will plan on trying to get a tutorial out on how to make corewood bridges, specifically like the one that I have over in the Black Forest by the little troll cave house. But yeah, it's a pretty simple process. I was just kind of trying to lay things out so we could get to some building and decorating today. I just made a little lower deck, put the bonfire down there, and that way we have a little spot to kind of park the boat out front. But yeah, it's nice and cozy in here now. Comfort 9. As you can see for the forge inside, I've hidden the smith's anvil inside the tree there next to the bed. So it's kind of nice that you can hide some upgrades and things. But yeah, that kind of completes this little area. And then if we add a kitchen to the mix, then that'll complete our little living area up in the trees here. So what I have planned for this is we're going to put a roof on it and make this pod the same exact look as that one. And then we'll just turn the interior into a kitchen. And what I've done is just messed with the placement of a hearth here, because I'd prefer that to add the extra comfort and to be able to fit our iron cooking station. But I've phased it a little over halfway into the tree, with hopes that most of the smoke will actually vent up through the middle of the tree, since these are actually hollow. And so what I've done is I have a little chair over here, and this will get us inside the tree. And I've got the hearth and I've got the cauldron on the backside inside the tree here, so we can actually have a cauldron as well. You can see that most of the smoke here is actually going up through the center of the tree, and I'm hoping that'll be enough. But if it is not enough, then I will just keep the center of the treehouse over here open in the middle, rather than doing a little cap on it, so that the smoke can also escape through there, which I may end up having to do. But yeah, the goal for this build is to fit a nice kitchen, maybe a couple cauldron upgrades, grab the fermenter and all the things kitchen related, so we can, I don't know, so you guys can see how I can make some livable little tree houses in the swamp here. So with that said, let me get a roof on this build over here and kind of make the exterior look similar to this one. I might not do as many balconies. I might just do one little balcony off the front of it. But yeah, then we can get to decorating the inside and making a little kitchen. All right, so I've got a roof over it, and I did end up leaving the top exposed there, or it was getting a little too smoky, especially from this corner here. So the top is exposed, but good news is the fire obviously does not go out because more than half of it is phased into the tree. And that basically means that the rain is not directly falling on the fire. The tree also kind of arcs up over it, so that's nice. Our fire can stay lit. I keep this top center section open for the smoke to vent out, and that ends up working out pretty well. So this is what it looks like. I just put a little deck right here just so we have a little more space in the kitchen. And then I'm thinking the fermenter can go back here somewhere. And then I was thinking for seating area, we could do like a little bar right here where you sit over here and look out over the swamp rather than being able to walk all the way over here. Just makes the most sense rather than trying to add like a table in here or something. It might just start getting really, really cramped. And then over here, I put a little stack of chests, pretty narrow. I kept the shutter here just so that you could get a little bit of light if you wanted some, or be able to just open the window, shoot your bow out that direction, since there aren't any other windows on the other side of the house. But yeah, so I put a little narrow row of chests there for maybe some food or stuff for the kitchen storage. And now I think I'm gonna mess around with see what I can do for the fermenter over here. So I think I'm gonna start out by, let's see, let's build out a little square section here. Maybe something like that. And then I'm gonna add a little rim around it. Let's see, what would look best here for the fermenter? I think a little back rim, little side piece there. I think I'm gonna leave the front open. I'd love to get a chest under there for all the potions and meads and things. But I think with that, I'm going to, see, I'm gonna need a little more resin. So let me go grab some of that. Thinking something like that. That looks pretty good for the fermenter. Yeah, it kind of fits in nicely, kind of in this back little nook. Yeah, you kind of have to phase through these branches a little to get there. I could even put another narrow stack of chests right here, but that definitely might start getting very, very, very cramped. So I might leave it fairly open like it is right now. What might look kind of good is if I frame out the fermenter with some core wood. So I'm gonna try that and see how it look, like something right there, and then again on this back corner here, something like that, and then possibly just a little something to kind of define this little nook, this little corner. I like that a lot. And then you can still kind of see a little bit of space behind it. It's not very accessible space, but maybe that's where some upgrades for the cauldron could go. For example, I could hang the spice rack back there, and I could get to back there by going through the tree. So that might end up working. I guess I will decide what to do. But yeah, I like this area a lot for the fermenter. Now I guess I could start working on the little bar. It is nighttime, so I'll just have to be wary of wraiths. But yeah, maybe something like that. And then, ooh, this is kind of nice. Just turned 1. It kind of like overlaps in an interesting way, but curves at the same time. Yeah, I kind of like that. Actually looks pretty good. Maybe I'll get some rugs in here and then go grab some fine wood from my stack down there to do some chairs. Alright, so yeah, I'm thinking for our furniture here, I'm gonna do 2... Well, actually stools could be nicer for this, to be honest. This would look really good. So let's just do 2 of them. One right there and maybe one kind of at an angle, just to kind of mix things up, make it look nice. That looks cool. And then yeah, with some item stands, maybe some plates of, I've got some carrot soup in my inventory and stuff, so maybe that could work. I feel like a little rug under where they are could be nice, just to make that a little more cozy. I could put some chests above this window here for some food and maybe a little bit of a counter underneath the window. I actually like that idea. I can still fit back where I have to fit to get to the fermenter. Let's try that maybe. It just adds a little bit of a variation from the height of this bar here. Yeah, I can still get back to the fermenter just fine. So I think I'm gonna do that and then make a little chest shelf up here. Kind of like I did in the first little treehouse. And I think this will look kind of nice. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. That's all I did. And then I can get some chests up there. Yeah, so you can like immediately access the food you need, start cooking, and then you've got the fermenter over there. It'll have a chest under that. Now I have to debate where I want a wine rack. I am kind of thinking right here. I could remove these. Oh yeah, I have to remove this torch, or at least move it somewhere else if I want it to stay lit, because of the fact that I've got this above it. So maybe I'll actually put these torches as standing torches on the floor that kind of come up through the counter here and act as like little torch lights on either side. Let me try that. Okay, yeah, that ended up working out really, really well. So I've got some chests up there, a little chest under the fermenter. I moved the torches to be standing torches underneath the bar here. That leaves this little section as a possible wine rack, or this little section over here. Probably this little section actually, because it's closest to the fermenter. And then I'm thinking of making like a little cabinet, kitchen cabinet maybe, that goes across the top here and then down the side here with maybe a little other additional counter. I guess we'll see. But yeah, let's start with the Let's start by destroying this table, because I am going to want to move it. And then I'm going to stack those up to be 3 high. Whoops, that didn't quite snap in where I wanted it. Let's see, something... Why is that not snapping in? Is that gonna work? Okay, that looks like it'll work. So I'm thinking something like that. I'm thinking of creating shelves and then putting the little stools stacked on top of each other to essentially make a wine rack. Yeah, it looks like it's not quite snapped in right for the one of the edges at least. But maybe that'll work, because maybe it doesn't have to be super wide. Maybe it can just be kind of narrow like this. Because that's actually about the width of one of these stools. And then I can, oh, I actually don't need any of these centerpieces. I can just stack the stools all the way up. And this will kind of create a wine rack look, just keeping the fronts even with the edge there. I think that'll look really nice being right next to the fermenter. I could also put like a little shelf or little mantelpieces with potions or meads on them. In fact, I'm so gonna do that. Let's see. Let's grab this, let's turn it, and let's go ahead and free place this. Let's do one here, and then maybe one right in the middle here. That could look really cool, and then I could put item stands on top with some potions, maybe even some item stands in here. But yeah, that's gonna look really, really nice as our little like fermenter, you know, tavern corner. And then in terms of the cabinet ideas that I had for over here, I think I'm gonna go bring these in like that, and then bring out a cabinet edge here, something like that. Yeah, so I definitely had the other one not snapped in quite right, so I might try to go fix that. It's always nice to have the manual snapping now as an option. Ooh, this could actually look kind of nice, just have like a little shelf section there. I guess we'll see. But yeah, these would be good as cabinets. Let me actually rotate that. Bring it in, something like that. Honestly, it looks pretty nice just being like an open shelf. But I think for these I'm gonna box it in. Be something along those lines. Maybe even another one there. And then a top along this section. Oh, is that gonna... Ah, I see. So that's being all finicky. There we go. Okay, so yeah, top along that section. And then I was thinking of having like an official cabinet kind of in the center here. Let's use our manual snapping again. There we go. That way I'll just know it's getting on there. It's trying to snap to the roof in weird ways, so there we go, something like that. And then I want to put two little cabinets, two little shutters on this one, and then open them from the outside. So I might like destroy the bottoms here and open them so that they open out into the space. And then this little shelves could be like, you know, the food, the mugs, things like that. That actually looks really, really nice. It's quite cozy. And I could even put the Raven Throne or something under here. I do think it calls for a windowsill on this window, so let's go ahead and add that. Something like that, just a super simple windowsill. We do have the shutters here, so I can kind of cozy the space up a little more. But that could be a nice little spot to sit. Maybe I'll put another stool over there or something. Or it could kind of be a whole nother table. I don't know. Or maybe a little display stand for some bread or baked goods. That could be really, really cool. But honestly, I'm quite surprised at how much I'm able to fit and how cozy and like officially a kitchen this can be, which actually ends up looking really nice. I kind of like how open this area is, but let's try it with some... Oh, I'm gonna need some more wood, but I'm gonna try it with some little angled pieces. So let's see how this looks. I'm gonna have to kind of back it into there. Ooh, that looks very nice. Yeah, it makes it a little more cozy there. Oh my gosh, I love this. Yeah, because then those chests kind of act as a cabinet. I think I am going to try to clean up the look of this wine rack a bit. This is quite Quite an interesting tree kitchen. It's tiny, but that's the purpose of these builds. So yeah, let me get a few more decorations in here. Maybe finish it out, add some food on item stands and everything. Alright you guys, so I have decorated the inside and finished it off, at least to my liking for now. So come check it out. I think it turned out crazy cozy. We have to the left here some chests, little chair area to get into the tree for the cauldron. And then we come around this way. Here are the cabinets that I did. And it's nice, you can just sit up right underneath them and then point upward. Let's see if this will work. Oh, it looks like the shelf right here is in the way. But before I made this little counter, you could just sit up under here. I could actually do it from right here. And then aim at the cupboard and be able to open it outward, which is nice. So yeah, I've got some of the food and everything over here. I did end up putting a little raven throne in the corner here, just kind of cozies things up. We've got comfort 9 in here as well now. And then I've got the little bar, a little bit of food there. A little cooking surface area here, since we don't have the butcher's table to kind of go over here by the hearth. And then this is what I ended up doing with the wine rack. I ended up turning it to face this way. I just think it shows up a little nicer. It looks kind of cool. It's like, you know, the little bartender could sit in his chair over here. I guess this counter's kind of high, but you get the point. And then we've got the chest up there. Some meads that I could make on these two shelves, and a little personal chest down there. So just a nice little fermenting corner there. I did end up sneaking the spice rack back there so we could make some of the meads. And that ended up working out well in that back corner. So yeah, I also ended up trimming out the top of the fireplace here and adding a little boar trophy there. I think that just looks really, really nice. Added the finishing touch to make things really cozy for our little round kitchen here, and then the smoke can still get out through the backside there. So I think it just turned out absolutely amazing. I love this little tree area. Just crazy, crazy cozy. I'm gonna go take another look at the other one as well. I just think this, yeah, this little method of doing the round houses, I don't know, it's something different. I haven't tried it before, and I just love how they turned out. Absolutely love how they turned out. So yeah, I'd say that's like all we really need to make this little tree space livable. Next up would be bone mass, and then we can start getting into the mountains for some building there. Be sure to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed this build. I also have a Discord server through the link in the description that you're welcome to join and be a part of that little community over there. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Cheers.